This is Charlotte Stevens and the Ancestors, the world's greatest personal growth accelerator for badass Black women who want to goddess up. One thing I want to share with Black women, especially Black women in business, is that your self-care and the way that you treat yourself is directly related to your sales. So I work with Black women and I help them, to have a self-care practice. I help them to re-engage with their Black girl magic and to use all of that to create an online business of your dreams that really supports your wellness, right? Really supports you having all that you need to be your best. And your self-care is directly related to your sales. And what I mean by that is that in order to stand in your power and ask for the money that's going to allow you to have the self-care that you need, right? The money that you need for your self-care, you have to feel good about yourself. You have to feel good about yourself. And when you have a self-care practice and you're pouring love into yourself on a daily basis, you are saying to yourself consciously and subconsciously, I matter. I matter. I'm going to invest time and energy into myself because I'm important. And so then you carry that same confidence into your sales calls. You carry that same confidence into your coaching practice, where you show up in a way that says, this is important, where you show up in a way that says, I'm worth it, I'm worthy, and you carry that confidence with you. So a self-care practice that we take for granted is gratitude. And gratitude is especially useful when you are feeling scarcity, when you're feeling afraid that you don't have enough money, you don't have enough clients, you don't know what to do next. And the reason why gratitude can be so helpful is it reminds you that you're actually really blessed and you've made a lot of great decisions that have you in a position where you're surrounded by abundance. So what do I mean? So right now I am in this, you can't see it because I put it in cinematic mode, but this beautiful setting that is right outside my house. It's only like 15 minutes, spiderwebs all over me, 15 minutes from the house, and it's beautiful. It's abundant. There's an abundance of insects here. There's an abundance of water here. There's all these turtles sunbathing. There's abundance of leaves, right? There's an abundance of beautiful weather. There's abundance of other people. There's an abundance of birds. Like, when you notice all of that and you give thanks for all of that, a couple things. So first of all, notice the abundance all around you. And that reminds you that you have an abundance of clients, you have an abundance of money, you have an abundance of resources. Like, it reminds you that abundance is the natural state of the world. Scarcity is not real. So just going outside and like looking at the grass, looking at the trees, like abundance is everywhere. That's the truth of the world. So that's the first part. And the other part is that when you are in a state of gratitude, you manifest more of what you want. How you get what you want is you appreciate what you have. And we take so much for granted. So when I'm grouchy in the morning, I'll go for a nature walk because that always calms me down. I'll put on meditative music and I just think about all the things there is to be grateful for. So first of all, I'm in California. I'm so fortunate. It's going to be 86 degrees today. I talked to one of the queens I work with, I coach. She's in Canada. It's 8 degrees and she was excited about 8 degrees. So God bless her and her 8 degrees. But I'm so grateful for 86 degrees. I'm so grateful that I can hear, that I can see in color, that I'm able to move my body, that I have access to electricity, the internet, right? There's so many things to be grateful for in any given moment. And that's how you're going to manifest more. So I'm going to recap a couple points. So again, your sales, your ability to do well in your business, your ability to close sales and to stand in your power and deliver is directly correlated to your self-care and how you feel about yourself, your self-confidence, your self-love, which is why, when I coach queens in building their business, it's not just about the money. Like, oh, let's make $1 gazillion this year. It's about how are you going about making that money, right? So last year, I made over 6 figures in my first year of coaching, but I didn't do that working a gazillion hours a week. I did that working 15 hours a week. I started my day at 11 o'clock, in the day because that's what was good for me. That's what I need. Part of my self-care is I like a long, slow morning and I don't want to deal with anybody. So like right now I'm enjoying my long, slow morning in nature, right? That was part of my self-care. And also I really hate working Mondays. And I really I don't like to work Fridays. So I didn't. I worked Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So when I coach queens, it's it's not just, you know, bro culture, like just hustle and just make it happen and crush your goals, because that, I don't want to recreate the plantation, right? I don't want to recreate a high stressful situation, because most Black women are under a lot of stress from working in, you know, as a employee. The whole point is to design something that works well for you, to build in your self-care, and for us to recognize that our self-care is a way that we're going to close sales, and it's a way that we're going to show up and be more productive in our business. But also, part of the reason of having this business is so that you can finally be well, right? It's so that you can finally be well. So your self-care and your sales are tied together. And when you're not feeling great, just go outside and notice the abundance around you, the abundance of birds, the abundance of grass, the abundance of everything, all the bugs buzzing by your, you know, your ear, and giving you the heebie-jeebies if you're a bugaphobe like me. But there's abundance literally everywhere. And then just give thanks. Recognize, like, I was giving thanks that I don't have a bunch of allergies, so that my nose isn't congested, that I'm not weak, too weak to go outside, that I'm not, that I'm able to get out and take a walk, that I have electricity, that last night, you know, and every night this week, I was safe. My things were safe. I was safe. My family's safe. My family's well. I'm healthy. There's so many things that you can be grateful for about. And then when you get in the habit of noticing all the things that there are to be grateful about, again, it raises your confidence, because you're like, I made a variety of good decisions that have me in a situation where I have so much to be grateful for. And then you just manifest more to be grateful about. So those are my tips. And I just want to reiterate how self-care and your business are one and the same. You don't, it's not enough to be making $1 gazillion if you're not well. And we don't want you well and broke, and you can have both, right? When you prioritize your wellness. And again, the more that you pour love into yourself, the more it's easier for you to show up and be like, stand in your power and say, yes, this is what my program costs, and I'm worth it because I'm amazing. So those are my tips. Again, if you would like to work with me, there's a lot of opportunities to get that bug off of me. I have a bunch of free events on Eventbrite. You can follow me on Charlotte Stevens and the Ancestors. I'm also available on LinkedIn. And you can also, if you would like to work with me, you can schedule a call. I am currently working with a group of women where we practice our self-care. We work on our Black Girl Magic, so really getting us back in touch with our divine feminine energy as the original woman. And then we are working on taking advantage of the $55 billion consulting industry and $15 billion coaching industry as a means to create financial freedom for Black women and to create the lifestyle where you can have all the self-care you need. So if you're interested, you definitely want to give me a call, and I look forward to meeting with you. Again, this is Charlotte Stevens and the Ancestors, the world's greatest personal growth accelerator for badass Black women who want to goddess up. Bye, Queen.